And welcome back, everybody, to I'll Hang Up and Listen, brought to you by Fatty Beer Company, Western New York's premier market and tap room with over 300 beers to choose from at 7 different Western New York locations. If you need a beer, make it a Fatty Beer. Let them know Two Goalies, One Mike sent you. I am Duane, joined by Intern Joey. The Sabres fall to 0-3 on the season, and I don't think I want to yell this because I'm just kind of over it, but they've only scored 2 goals total on the season in 3 games.
Yeah.
A professional hockey team in the National Hockey League, full of professional hockey players, have only scored 2 total goals.
And both of the goals were fluke goals.
Yes. Both are, I 100% agree. One went off a Boston player, just a nothing shot from Zucker. But again, point being, get the puck to the net. And then from way downtown by Tage Thompson, Steph Curry style. So, again, I tweeted this out earlier, Joey. It should be criminally negligent to have your best player in 3 games in a row be your goaltender, and you've got 0 points in the standings to show for it, and only 2 points and 0 points in the standings. Sorry.
100%. Like, it's the complete opposite every single year. We either get good goaltending and no scoring, or great scoring and no goaltending and no defense.
Yes.
So we've gotten pretty much high-end goaltending from an amazing story of Alex Lyon, which we're all so obviously grateful to have him right now. But when you score not even 1 goal a game, you have nothing to show for Alex Lyon's effort. And obviously, you as a goaltender, I'm sure you feel for Alex Lyon himself as a goalie. Mm-hmm. When you're playing your ass off and you just keep losing, and it's not even your fault.
Yeah, you're not wrong. I really don't. No. My Google Home isn't up set up yet, according to the thing going off in the living room. There's nothing more you could really ask of Alex Lyon in all 3 of these games. And I said it after the Boston game, and I'll still say it now. When UPL gets back, it should still be Alex Lyon. That's how good he's been for them. He has been fantastic. And it's just a shame that a team full of hopes. And again, I said this after the Boston game, and I'm going to say it now. The season was built on hope. You're going to hope that Josh Norris stays healthy. You're going to hope that if healthy, is that player that got him that big contract. You're going to hope that Jack Quinn can stay healthy. You're going to hope that he can reach the potential you thought he had when you drafted him. You're going to hope that UPL can stay healthy. You're going to hope that UPL can be the goalie that, for the 30 some odd games he was when you gave him that contract prematurely. You're going to hope that Matthias Samuelsson can stay healthy. You're going to hope that, your power play is going, and all of these things that you're going to hope you're going to be better. I really think the only thing they hoped on was maybe defensively they'd be better, and you could argue and debate that. But everything I just went down, that whole checklist is on, they don't check any box. Not a single one, because they haven't been able to.
100%. And I'm going to add to your list, you can hope that Zach Benson's going to break out and be that top-line left winger that you wanted him to be this year. You're going to hope that Yuri Kulik is going to be that second-line center, hopefully score 25 goals, 50 points, 60 points this year. And so far, Kulik hasn't looked good at all. Benson hasn't even played. He's got an infection on his face or something.
Yeah.
And you're missing 2/3 of your top line to start the season right now on Norris and Benson. And obviously Norris is out for 8 weeks. So who knows what's going to happen now? Obviously, we all want Kevyn Adams to make a move, but what are really the odds that's going to happen? Probably maybe 10%.
Yeah, it's not great. It's definitely not great. Watching that game, you were happy with. They came out really good. Yeah. They controlled the pace of the game. They were getting pucks to the net. They were getting good chances on Wedgwood, and in great Sabres fashion, Nathan MacKinnon finds some space, top 5 player in the world, and just a filthy backhand to the back of the net. Which sometimes, players of his caliber are going to do that, because they're just that good. They can today, Nathan MacKinnon took over this game. No doubt about it. He did. But again, that's the type of player he is. He has the ability to take over a game. But defensively, that was supposed to be something that you would have shored up. Like on the second MacKinnon goal, you gave him all the time and space in the world after the questionable embellishment call on Tuck. There's just so many little parts to the game, little parts of each and every game that, you're still seeing leak into this year from last year. Obviously 2 out of 3 games, flat starts. You got to win 3 periods of hockey to win a hockey game, or at least 2. And they haven't done that yet this season. I thought, again, they had a good first period. They were able to tie that game up on the Tage shot. Again, sometimes you just got to hope things go your way. They did in that. But then they just kind of disappeared the next, after that. And as a fan, like, how much longer are we expected to put up with this? You heard the Fire Adams chants loud and proud in KeyBank Center today. The 3rd game of the year, Joey.
Yes. Even a jersey thrown on the ice too, I'm pretty sure. And people wearing the paper bags on their heads.
On the ice.
Yeah.
So I really don't know. We got a lot of comments here in the peanut gallery. I'm going to try and bring them up, as quickly as I can. You guys are really over 80 already. From Robin Simpson, not happening, but Adams should be gone tonight. Why bother wasting your energy? Team lacks scoring finesse, offensive creativity, lack of depth and talent. All 4 lines not connected, out positioned, not slotted appropriate. Fire the GM. This guy, he loves to come in and boo. He's a big boy. As Doyle 94, just booing. This whole team sucks. I'm a diehard fan, Duane. I sense Darlene, Thompson, and Tuck surrendered, given up, sell the team, Pegula, or be transparent. Show your true colors, true intentions, relocation in the future plans. Well, first off, no, they're not relocating, Mauricio. I know people like to shout that, but the county is, they just renewed, was it for 10 years, whatever it is. I forget the exact amount of time. The naming rights for the arena with KeyBank Center. And then on top of that, they're working on a new deal with Erie County. So as long as that lease deal is in place, the team's not going anywhere. Quinn Krebs, invisible, Dome playing out of position. Cooley, numerous chances from outside. Where is the scoring coming from? Dan Fortune McLeod, no solution. I actually like Josh Doan on that top line. Personally, I thought he fit in well for the first time playing in that position, being given that opportunity. I'd like to see more of him on the top line. Hopefully when Zach Benson gets back, they still keep that line together, and they find somewhere else to fit in Zach Benson and on the second line. Because Justin Danforth should never be on a second line or on a second power play unit. Fire Apper power play unit lacks any movement, poor passing. Did you watch Colorado power play? Speed, action, movement, passing, constant movement, impressive. Yeah, I mean, you have Cale Makar, Nathan MacKinnon, and company on that, quarterback in that power play. Like, it's night and day different from Buffalo. And I don't know why they thought Seth Apper from the time he spent in Rochester was qualified to be on an NHL bench. I don't think it's a mistake that they got a lot better after he left and Mike Leone took over the team. I don't think that's a mistake or just coincidence. And their power play was night and day better. So I don't get it. Like, is it a relationship thing with Appert? Like, I don't. Why are we still sitting here? They haven't scored a power play goal yet, obviously this season, but they were 0 for 14 on the season right now.
Something like that. I think it was 0 for 12.
I thought 0 for 12. Then I saw somebody tweet out 0 for 14. They said they were 0 for 9 coming into today, and then 0 for 5 today. So they're either 0 for 12 or 0 for 14. But regardless, that's pathetic. Yeah. That is so bad.
If they're not 0 for 14 yet, they're going to be 0 for 14 next game. So
agreed. Yeah. And who do they have next? They have.
Is it Florida?
I don't know.
I'm not sure.
Yeah, if you want to pull that up real quick. A Sabres jersey thrown on the ice. It looked like an older jersey. It didn't look like the newer ones. Like, I'm talking about the navy blue, not the royal blue. So, like, I'm not too impressed with a navy blue jersey on the ice, if that's what it was.
Yeah.
But it's still a representation of how bad things have gone so far 3 games into the season. And again, this is a very deeply rooted cultural problem at this point. A very deeply rooted cultural problem. And that was the one thing that we were all told that Kevyn Adams was going to fix. It's disgusting. The Sabres fired their anthem singer. I'm not getting into politics. Fire Kevyn Adams. Won't change a thing. He's just a mouthpiece for Terry. Terry is running the show. Ownership needs to change. Sell the team. Like, listen, we all know that Terry plays his part in this. No doubt about it. I don't really know what to tell you. Like, he's the owner. He's not going anywhere. And I don't think he's going to sell the team anytime soon, especially if they're talking about investing $400 million into renovating the arena, apparently. So I don't know. He's not going anywhere. He's not going anywhere. So, yes, he's a problem. So until he just comes to this realization, this coming to Jesus moment where it's like, I've been doing this wrong since day one. Like, I don't know how much truth there was to the rumor, but I remember hearing that Brendan Shanahan even reached out to the Sabres. I don't know if there's truth to that about, a position with the team after being released, parting ways with Toronto. I don't know if there's truth to that, but like, if you look at the way Toronto was built before him and Lou Lamoriello got there, they were in very similar circumstances. They were a laughingstock around the league. The constant like drama on and off the ice. Phil Kessel. I forget the defenseman that they had that was their captain.
Was it Dion Phaneuf?
Yeah, Dion Phaneuf, yes. Like, all the drama that was going on and off the ice with that team, and just them not making playoffs constantly. And they're supposed to be this mecca of hockey, especially in Canada. And they came in, they turned things around. They made the right hires. They produced a really good scouting staff. Just their front office was top notch. And look at them. I mean, we can make fun of them all they want that they can't get past the first round, or when they do, they get boat raced in the second. But at the end of the day, they're still there every year. They're in the playoffs every year. You need a hire like that to change things around here. And Kevyn Adams ain't it.
Yep.
And Eric Stahl ain't it. I don't know. What does Jarmo Kekalainen do? What is he doing? Is he even in Buffalo?
Probably not.
I don't know. Just give me your thoughts on that, Joe.
Well, yeah, I do remember the Brendan Shanahan thing, and he went to Terry Pegula. I'm pretty sure this was by Elliot Friedman. He went to Terry Pegula's and wanted the president of Hockey Ops job. And Terry Pegula said, "No, we already have one. It's me." So we all know that's a Terry Pegula ego thing.
Is that how it went down? Is that how?
I'm pretty sure
that's how it went down. I'm the president of hockey operations.
Yes.
That's that.
Yeah. No, and like for Jarmo Kekalainen, if Kevyn Adams gets fired, which I don't even know if he's going to at this point, it's most likely going to be Jarmo.
How does he make it to Halloween at this point?
I don't know.
How does he make it to Halloween?
We would have to win like probably 7-8 games in a row at least.
Not even just in a row, just they would need a 500 record coming out of October at this point in order for me to think that his game is saved. They can somehow manage a 500 record in the month of October, then maybe you're still talking about Kevyn Adams being employed. But at the end of the day, like I'm still not convinced that he's going to be gone. Like, how many games does this fan base have to chant fire Adams or fire Kevyn before you as an owner are like, okay, this is really embarrassing. What is going on? Like, the answer clearly isn't in the room, Terry. I don't know why you thought Kevyn was going to provide you with those answers and get this. Like, the man had no experience. None. Yep. He's gotten fleeced in trades. He's made terrible, like the mere fact that Alex Tuch isn't re-signed yet is insanity. Mm-hmm. Given his past and how much he grew up loving this team, and we all know the fun stories about Alex Tuch. But doesn't that speak to how unqualified Kevyn Adams is, that he can't even convince that guy to sign a long-term deal right now?
Yeah, exactly. It's like if one of us played for the Sabres, like, I don't even know what to say anymore. This team just makes me sick.
Yeah. Power play looks abysmal. It's insane how stagnant everyone is. No effort, no urgency, not a care in the world. what management has done to this team and fan base is genuine malpractice. I agree. It's criminally negligent where this team has fallen compared to where it was pre-Terry Pegula. It's disgusting. So,
and we went from being one of the most exciting teams in the league, highest scoring teams in the league, and we completely changed our playing style just to be better defensively. When you could have just got a half decent goaltender, maybe a top 4 defenseman.
Yeah.
And they just completely changed everything, and maybe we would have made the playoffs in this past 2 years. Mm-hmm. But they have to do everything that they do is wrong. Everybody's in the wrong position in the organization.
Yeah. We lost Pekka, but Stu Parnes and Jay McKee are still out there. Listen, I'm all for bringing in, cultural and alumni to fill in management positions if it makes sense. I know Stu Barnes. I want to say he was a coach with Tri-City, and he's been released. And then obviously when it comes to Jay McKee, he's been a longtime guy in the OHL and coaching in juniors. But those two names, you got another former captain in Stu Barnes, Jay McKee, a guy who really exemplifies what you need out of some of the players in this team. There's that blue collar, just willingness to take a puck off the face to win a hockey game. The guy was willing to lose a leg to play in the Eastern Conference Finals in 2006 if it meant them winning. Flat out told that, you could lose your leg if you play, and he thought about it. He wanted to play. So those are the types of guys and attitudes you need in a front office, and you have to clean house here. I look at this roster and there's a lot of talent on it. There is, but how do you fix this? Hey everyone, Softy Samuelson is hurt again, completely unrelated to the injury he was dealing with in training camp too. The guy can't stay healthy. Worst contract on the team, no doubt. And that says a lot considering Josh Norris's contract is on the books.
Yeah. And I actually thought Samuelson looked pretty good in the 2 games he played too.
He didn't look terrible. Yeah. He didn't. But he just can't stay healthy.
Exactly.
I don't know. So, Elliot Fried says changes could come this week. I mean, I'm not going to hold my breath there. I hope. But this guy's typing like Josh Norris is separated. A ton of comments in the chat, and it's all just gibberish.
Yeah, so our next game is against the Ottawa Senators on Wednesday.
Ottawa Senators on Wednesday.
And then after that, we got Florida, Montreal, Detroit, and Toronto back-to-back.
Yeah.
So that's going to be a tough couple of games.
Agreed. In division games too. Those are 4-point games. Division games are always 4-point games. Gotta empty the arena. I don't. Here's the thing. I don't think it's gonna work because, you're trying to prove a point, and maybe it's embarrassing, but that just kind of makes them want to spend money even less because they're not making money on tickets.
Yeah, exactly.
People aren't showing up and buying concessions and buying merchandise. I don't know. So, but Adams isn't even a good drafter. Call Ralph Kruger. He's still on payroll. That's a good comment.
You know what? The power play was way better with Ralph Kruger here.
It was. Yeah. Oh, God. Wasn't it top 10 in the league at one point?
It was, yeah. Until we fired him.
Oh, man. There's a tweet that'll set that app on fire. Power play was better under Ralph Kruger. Power play was better with the soccer coach. Oh my God. Oh God. How could you really believe Adams is going to be fired? How is it this year any worse than previous 5? I don't know. Tuck looks terrible. Clearly, he's affected by the contract stalemate. Listen. We all want him signed. We all know what he's worth. I don't know what the holdup is. I don't. To me, at this point, are they really devaluing him? Because again, I've said this 1,000 times. If your narrative is I want players that want to be here, and Alex Tuck has said he wants to be here. Like, are you shortchanging him? Are you only offering him 8 or 9? Like, does he think he's worth a 10? Because he is a $10 million player on the open market, easily, considering the things you have seen and the contracts you've seen signed over the past week. He is no doubt, a $10 million plus player, in my opinion.
Yeah. Like I personally, I think he's more of a $9 million player around there, but like I would not be mad at all.
Here's Joey, in 3 years, that's 8% of your cap.
Exactly, that's true.
It's 8% of your cap. It's going to be nothing. It's going to be nothing. Like you see that number 10 million, you're like, oh my god, he's making really. But again, like that's gonna be nothing on your cap in 2 to 3 years.
Yeah.
So just
10 million. Yeah, 10 million is going to be the new 7 million probably.
100%. And you're telling me he's not a $7 million player if you're making that call?
Sure.
He is. He broke the league record for most block shots by a forward last year. Second 30-plus goal season. On a good team, he's a 90-point player.
Probably, yeah. Especially with a good power play.
What'd you say?
Especially with a good power play too. Like the only points he gets is shorthanded and even strength. So just imagine how many more points you would have with like a top 10 power play in the league.
Yeah. Win this month calling in. Yeah. Wings have been playing decent. That's going to be a tough game. 2 things I noticed from Owen Power Day. He got rocked by someone and he got outworked in the corner puck battle. In a puck battle.
Yeah.
Was Victor Olofsson playing tonight?
Yeah, I remember that puck battle exactly.
He outworked by Victor Olofsson.
Yeah, I remember that one.
Wow. Bring back Alisano. Wouldn't pay anyone but Amerks for $4 million, or buy Amerks for $4 million. Oh God. I don't know. So, your thoughts on what you need to see improved? Like, I'm assuming we're gonna have Zach Benson back on Wednesday.
He said earliest Wednesday. Yeah.
Yeah, pretty sure they said they hope they'll have him back on Wednesday. So, like, what expectations and what changes do you expect heading into Wednesday?
I mean, I think they just got to build off that first period. Like how Thompson said in his post-game interview, he was kind of getting mad at the fans or the media. I don't know who he was getting mad at, but he said it's only 3 games and you guys are acting like it's the end of the world or something like that.
Who said this?
Something. Tage Thompson. Yeah, the audacity, right? Yeah, I got pretty mad reading that.
I got to see this.
He said the same thing. Yeah, he said the same thing last year too. After the first 2 games, he said,
"I got to see the end of the world.
We're gonna be okay." Yeah,
I got to see.
I'm pretty sure Mike Harrington posted that on Twitter. I don't remember the exact quote, but he said something along the lines.
The audacity of that.
Yeah. But like, you can't say that after scoring 2 fluke goals in 9 periods of hockey. Like that's just pathetic. Like I've never been so numb to watching this hockey.
I'm pulling it up from Matthew Fairburn. We have a long season to go. You guys are acting like the world is ending right now. We have to find a way to claw ourselves out of this. We're obviously in a hole we don't want to be in, and we have to find our way out of it. So first off, like I get it that he's showing a little passion there. He's showing aggravation. Okay, I actually like that. But in the same breath, fuck you. Like seriously, like you're gonna tell fans, and I get it, dude. You haven't been around for all 14 seasons, okay? But it's still on your shoulders. It's still gonna be there, regardless of what narrative you want to use or how you handle it or how you handle the questions. You have scored 2 goals in 9 periods of hockey. You are 0 for whatever on the power play. Like the audacity of that. From the audacity. Culture problem, man. It is a bona fide culture problem in that room. Don't get me wrong. I appreciate the spirit and the clapback and whatever, sure. But in the same breath, you cannot seriously act like the fans don't have reason to be this aggravated this early into the season. Given all the bullshit we've had to put up with in 14 years and throughout your tenure as a Sabre. And I think he's on the best contract in hockey. He is almost elite level goal scorer, and on a lot of other teams with a power play, a working power play, a power play that produces, and a team with depth, he's a 50-goal scorer. No doubt in my mind.
All day long.
All day long. But read the room, bro. Read the room. This fan base has had it. We've had it. I don't know.
It's just a dark cloud over the entire organization. Like, really, I don't know how else to put it.
I don't understand how you come out and say that. That is actually insane to me. That is legitimately insane. You come out and say that. Like, why? You see fans are wearing bags on their heads.
Yeah. I wanted to wear one for this podcast, but I couldn't find one. So,
yeah. So I don't know what to do anymore, man. You know, and do I think fans should be wearing bags on their heads at this point? No. I've never been a bag. I mean, I shouldn't say that. I've worn a bag on my head on this podcast.
Yeah.
But like, I don't know. That bag on the head is more like your 15 points out of a playoff spot at Thanksgiving type of thing. I don't know. I still think the jersey on the ice is still, premature as well. But I don't know. So, Josh, you outside of Alex Lyon, Joey, what were some things that you did like out of today's effort?
Definitely Josh Doan. He's looking legit. Like, if there's one bright spot other than Alex Lyon, it would probably be Josh Doan. He's amazing along the boards. His puck protection is high end. His IQ, you could see the little slip passes he has like in the offensive zone during the cycle. The Tage Thompson Alex took. He just looks very good, and he didn't look out of place at all, in my opinion. And I also thought Ryan Johnson's looked a lot more physical this year. He laid a nice big hit today. I don't really know if it's a collision or a hit, but he still laid a hit. And in preseason, even, he was more physical too. So I definitely have him over Matthias Samuelsson, even when Samuelsson's healthy.
Yeah, I didn't hate Ryan Johnson's game either. Time to trade Tage for another left-handed defenseman. Totally. No secondary scoring, stupid contracts, 2 clowns running the ship. What else is new? Power play sucks. Monkey balls. Bags haven't worked in 14 years. Paper bags are rare now. Trade Thompson, and I'm not even kidding. No, I don't. Tuck could have had a breakaway on the penalty kill, but he seemed like he didn't try and get the puck on his stick. I'd trade 72 for that post-game interview. Get the fuck out of here. No, I'm not going to go with that far. Like, am I happy with the comments? No, but again, I'll say this, like, at least it's some type of emotion.
Yeah.
It's some kind of emotion. Bring back Tim Murray for Tank to get top pick, then fire him after the Tank job. Trade everyone.
No, you got to get Taylor Hall. He's the good luck charm for every single tanking team.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. No, he wasn't, because we didn't win that. We didn't win it.
Yeah, we won Owen Power draft.
Tim Murray?
No, Taylor Hall.
Oh, Taylor Hall. Yeah. Not a bad idea.
Yeah.
I don't know. Obviously, we got the Bills tonight. Hopefully, a big bounce that game against Atlanta. Hopefully, a much better effort and better performance than what we saw today. But any final thoughts before we get out of here, Joey?
Honestly, just play with passion. And also, we didn't even mention this, but I'm still kind of pissed off that we didn't even make a pitch at Jack Roslovic. Like, you could have had him for like $2 million.
Listen, I've been on that. I've been saying that now since he signed for $1.5 million, even before that. Like, how could you look at this team on paper and think they didn't need Jack Roslovic?
Especially with the Norris injury now and Zach Benson's still not playing and all these stuff going on. Like, he would have been the perfect fit for a second-line role, maybe even first-line role.
How about Dahlin's meatball up the middle on the Makar goal?
Yeah. No, that was pretty bad.
You heard that stuff from Elliot Friedman on 32 Thoughts about, they have it on good authority, essentially, that both Tage and Dahlin said something's got to change. Like, they got to get us to believe. And then you throw that meatball up the middle of the ice, dude. Like, I know, sometimes guys like him, guys as skilled and as elite as him, are going to take chances. But what were you looking at? Like, what were you?
There's nothing.
She was right there.
Yeah.
Right on the tape. It ends up in the back of your net for the game-winning goal. Like, but it's stuff like that, man. Like, the Sabres, we deal with, mistakes and issues like that more often than most any other team in the NHL. It's so disgusting. For more from Tage Thompson, we are struggling to score, which in turn means we aren't winning. It's on me. That's a situation we're in now. Thompson says losing Norris really hurts, but it's not over. Says we have a long season to go. Says the media is acting like the world is ending right now. So it's more directed at the media, not the fans. But I mean, the fans also fuel the media and vice versa. You know what I mean? So it's like, it's kind of indirectly at us, kind of not. Tom says the morale is not good when you lose. Says negativity breeds negativity, and they can't let this start get them down. They have to set their sights on what's next and move forward. I'm tired of talking about the past. And I don't blame him for saying that, because, you're trying to get this monkey off your back, much like the Bills teams did with their playoff drought. Like, you're trying your hardest. I put that word hardest in quotations from front office down. But you're trying your hardest, but you also have to deal with this pressure of a playoff drought and the pressure from the fans, the pressure from the media. Like, I get it, man, but you're also paid millions of dollars as a professional athlete to deal with that no matter what market you're in. You think we're bad, go play in Toronto, go play in Montreal, go play in like the bigger markets where, maybe hockey, like, I mean, could you imagine if the Bills were bad?
Wow, yeah.
How much worse it would be for them?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, because you only really have, you know what I mean? Like, the fans that still defend Terry Pegula, they're defending Terry Pegula because of the Bills. But at the end of the day, if both these teams were bad, if we didn't have Josh Allen, like, could you imagine how much worse it would be from the media and from the fan base? It'd be awful. It'd be so much worse.
Yeah, we'd be saying instead of as long as we got the Bills, we got the Bandits instead. So,
yeah, and I will say this too. Like, this depresses me because I love Lindy Ruff, man. He is such a part of the fabric of this organization, dating back to like when he first came in the league as a player. In the very beginning of the franchise. For 17 some odd years as a coach, his first stint, and now this. Like, it's just so sad that this is going to affect like the legacy he's going to leave if this continues the way it does. And then they're going to be forced to possibly fire him mid-season. Like, that's gross. That's absolutely gross. And I hate that for Lindy because he's such a good guy and he genuinely wants this team to get over this hump. Not because it means his job, not because, that is his job as a coach. It's because he cares so much about this city through and through.
And, I don't even blame him like 100% either. Like, look at the team that Kevyn Adams keeps putting on the ice for him. And like, I know he said, oh yeah, I could have chose my assistant coaches this offseason, but I don't buy it. Like, that's something that Kevyn Adams.
There's no chance, given his history in the league, both as a player and a coach, that he didn't think he could form a better coaching staff than what he inherited. That's a joke.
Yeah, I don't buy it at all.
Yeah, neither do I. Anything else?
Honestly, not really. No.
Yeah. I don't know. I don't. Roslovic had 32 thoughts in Buffalo and there's never one of that. True, though. Yep. Not want to sign here. That's why. Yeah.
I really wonder what that PowerPoint.
Sign here.
I really wonder what that PowerPoint presentation was that Kevyn Adams showed Terry Pegula before the season started. Like, I
would want to see that presentation. Yeah. Like, well, how did he convince Terry Pegula that he was still,
Like, the only move he made in the offseason was because Peterka asked for a trade. Like, other than that, would he have done anything at all?
No.
Like, I don't know.
I think you got to start. If you're not going to make a trade tomorrow, you got to start by calling up Hellenius.
Yeah.
Like, you need scoring, man. And I like Josh Doon. Don't get me wrong. Like, he's a grit sandpaper type of guy. He'll stand up for his teammates, but he's not like you don't need more bottom six guys. You need a top six guy. Yeah. You had Justin Danforth in your top 6 today.
And on the power play.
Yes. So tell me why that wasn't a phone call to Rochester for Costa Helenius or Noah Ostlund if you knew you were going to have that guy on your second power play unit. Yeah. Like that's malpractice.
And I don't know if you noticed, but Connor Timmins got hurt at the end of the game. I don't know if he went back on the ice or not. So I wonder if maybe that gets a call up.
I was actually driving home. I left like halfway into the third to head home. So I didn't go to the game, but I was at my parents' house. So I did not notice that or hear it on the broadcast, but that also just added to the list of shit. So
I saw him. He went to the change room, and I don't remember him coming back on the ice. So I wonder if maybe Radim Murtka or Komarov gets a call up until he comes back.
I would say I would want the Murtka, honestly. If you're talking about wanting to win, I think he gives you a much better chance to win than Komarov. I think he's a better skater, and he's just a better overall player than Komarov. So with that being said, guys, this has been another episode of I'll Hang Up and Listen, brought to you by Fatty Beer Company, Western New York's premier market and tap room, with over 300 beers to choose from at 7 different Western New York locations. If you need a beer, make sure you make it a Fatty Beer. Let them know 2 Goalies, 1 Mike sent you. I am Duane for Intern Joey. We will see you guys again tomorrow night for another episode of 2 Goalies, 1 Mike. If you've enjoyed this content, I have tons of comments. I'm sorry we couldn't get to them all. I think we had probably close to 200 comments here in the chat today. Just a lot. But and I'll rip through a last couple here. But if you've enjoyed the episode, the post-game show, please, if you're watching on YouTube, hit the like button. It does go a long way for us with the algorithm. If you're watching on Facebook, hit like, share it. Same thing with on X, Twitter, Instagram. Like, comment, share, subscribe, especially if you're watching on Apple Podcasts or Spotify. YouTube, again, hammer that like button, hit the subscribe bell icon so you know when we go live. We'll talk to you guys later. And as always, go Sabres.